My name is Jeremy Ebie. I'm founder and CEO of Phoenix Infrastructure Group. We're an infrastructure investor and developer based in Washington, D.C. And I'm here to talk about public-private partnerships in airports across the Western world, primarily the United States and the Caribbean. The project I'm going to talk about particularly that is relevant to this conversation is JFK Airport, which is going through a $9 billion renovation, which is really focused under public-private partnerships. That would be private investment combined with best-in-class operational management and development to deliver projects and also maintain those projects, maintain those terminals specifically for long periods of time. Those terms run from 15 to 30 years, or actually even longer than that, 15 to 50 years. Phoenix Infrastructure itself was involved in JFK Terminal 8, which is American Airlines and British Airways terminal for a 15-year term with our partner URW. And we also were engaged with construction firm Holt Construction, among other partners, including local partners on the project. It's a 15-year term project in the city as well. So we're pretty excited about that and really looking to engage further in opportunities there. One dynamic that we're within these projects that's very interesting is the private investment dynamic for this project. Typically, it's driven in many cases by a strong interest, private investors to invest in airport concessions. For the airports across the board, now there are variations across the terminals on what the transactions look like. But for the most part, a simple concept is that the concessions are basically driving the revenue for the investors, essentially. So anyone that's purchasing goods at retail at the airport anywhere, and in some cases, parts of the airport, passenger fee charges and additional charges take place. But the main driver are enplanements, people running and going through the facility, which really drives that revenue stream and drives the IRR. Typically, the revenue streams are expected in the low to mid-teens. They may go higher. And as I noted before, terms run from 15 to 50 years, if not longer. A big part of the project also within the public-private partnership dynamic is one in which there's a significant engagement within the communities that these projects engage in. Now, this is not always the case for all infrastructure investments, but for those that are public-private partnerships, this is critical. So within this project for JFK, Phoenix and the URW team are required and really very happy to engage within communities that are surrounding the Queens area, surrounding the airport. That includes engagement on hiring, contracting, and a variety of other community-based interaction that really bring value to the community. In many ways, what this does is it not only creates an opportunity for those individuals within the community short term, it creates goodwill and organically creates an environment in which the airport, which is such a tremendous economic hub for the community, can really drive value long term for that community. That's an interest for public officials. That's an interest for stakeholders. That's an interest for all those related. And it's really wise for investors and developers within the space to seek out and really add value in that dynamic as well. So that's one thing we really push to do within the project. And kind of looking forward, beyond JFK Airport, there are anticipated to be more kind of projects like this across the Western world. And as we kind of focus on in the U.S., and in the Caribbean, we anticipate that a lot of activity will continue to be on the large scale level of your larger hub airports, potentially when it comes to terminal development. But we also think that there's a great opportunity for, we call them middle market airports that are more regional airports for entire airport investment development. And the similar dynamics will apply, the similar expectations on returns, the similar requirements on design, build, finance, operate, and maintaining facilities, and then also the similar terms, and then an expectation of really community engagement and development. We're engaged in other projects and pursuing other projects in the United States and engaged in some other projects in the Caribbean. And I can say that the same dynamic plays as it does in JFK Airport and that modernization. So we're pretty excited about this industry and the opportunity for investment exposure for long-term institutional investors to engage in airport opportunities at the terminal level, at the full airport level potentially, and for landside development at all sizes of airports, and providing that kind of long-term exposure that is attractive within infrastructure. So it's a very interesting time going forward, and very excited that New York has led the way in starting this trend.